qualifying ban? Really, PSGL? I can't believe this action was severe enough for a qualifying ban. I mean, sure, it warranted a penalty, but a qualifying ban? Because of a visual distraction?
Into the race, we're going to be starting dead last, and we're hoping to take this set of tires till the rain comes. And compared to the medium runners, our hards will be much better once the rain hits the track. But off the line, already is overtake on Casper, but I take it a little easy because Alberto in front is desynced right now. Gonna take a chill on the outside, leaving plenty of room to the McLaren, but
What is that?
But Alberto, I don't know what that was. Maybe wheel issue or he disconnected? No clue. But that's one less car to worry about. But now we do have some time to make up to catch up to the train ahead. But luckily, usually on lap 1, the train is not moving that fast. And that butt-clenching moment right there goes to show why I take it easy on the first lap. Because, like my mama always said, a race is not won on the first lap. But it can be lost with one stupid incident. And there again, another Haas into the barriers. Thank you very much. We're already up to P15 now. And we have to plan our moves here. Don't go for overzealous attacks. And Silverstone this year, with the low downforce setups that everybody is running, it's going to be very, very hard to overtake, especially on the straights, unless you have a big tire advantage. Everybody's going to be blasting their batteries, and unless the guy in front of you makes a blatant mistake, it's not going to be easy to overtake. And this is where I hit a wall. I just feel like I'm struggling quite a lot on battery, and I'm always on the brink of losing out on DRS, and already there's a split down the middle for the DRS train. But still, we're holding on, using overtake to stay within that 1 second window. I don't know whether it's a lack of genuine pace or maybe the setup has too much downforce still compared to the guys in front, but I'm struggling quite a bit here. And so is the Mercedes in front, who has fallen down a lot of places, and the last thing I want right now is to lose DRS to the cars in front. So we have to get past here with the Ferrari. The Mercedes is without DRS, so he's going to be easy prey for the Ferrari. He's closing, and I'm just too far back for a move right now. But our hards should already be much faster compared to his mediums. He's sliding all over the place, and he's already 6/10ths behind the Ferrari. Now I'm very close. I'm feeling the effects of dirty air washing wide. But like I said, even with the tire advantage, he's just impossible to overtake on the straights unless they make a big mistake. And right here, he makes a big mistake. He's sliding all over the place. I'm gonna try to get a better exit here and go for a move into left field. But look at that top speed difference. It's just absolutely insane. And here's one of the glaring issues with F125. And this is something the esports guys are struggling a lot with right now. The dirty air makes overtaking insanely difficult. You can get really close to another car to try to go for an overtake, but traction becomes so hard when you're following close in another car's dirty air that it makes overtaking nearly impossible. Because once you get within that 2 or 3 tenths gap to another car, dirty air just sets you back by a couple of tenths. And then since everybody's running low downforce on the straights, good luck trying to overtake, especially in a DRS train. However, something was going to make things a lot interesting.
Oh, training now.
And that is rain. Somehow we've managed to catch up to the train ahead. Maybe because of the lead medium runners slowing down to the tire degradation. So this puts us in a prime position to undercut a lot of people if we go early. And that was my plan here. I want to go in early, especially with the track temperatures dropping very, very rapidly. The hards are just not going to be as grippy anymore. And I wanted to get onto the inters early so I can make up maybe some track positions. And here the Mercedes has another big slide, and I'm weaving a little, trying to feel through the force feedback how much grip we still have. And let me tell you, grip is dropping by the second, and the Mercedes goes wide into Stowe corner, and I'm gonna dive into the pits right now. And it's a good thing we practiced the braking points for the pit entry, because we needed to be on the limit to gain as much time as possible on this in-lap and out-lap. Remember when Bono would tell Lewis Hamilton that the out-lap would be critical? Well, this is it. Exactly the same scenario, but things are about to get very, very complicated here, because since the track is not wet enough, our intermediates will suffer. They will be screaming on this outlap in half wet, half slick conditions. But we have no choice but to push on this outlap if we hope to make up some positions. I'm gonna follow Will Gibson on this outlap here, try to gain as much time as possible on the guy staying out for one extra lap. 2.7 seconds is the gap, and let's see how much time we can gain to him. And driving in these conditions is not easy. Not knowing where to turn in, you just have to pray basically, hoping that whatever reference you pick for braking, turn in, and whatever is gonna work out for you. But it seems like Will is a lot more comfortable in these conditions than I am. He's already gained half a second to me, and I have a huge snap coming out of Beckett's, and that's not ideal.
What the hell was that?
And that is going to make our undercut slightly less effective. And that's not what we want right now. Any extra tenth we can gain on this outlap could mean a position gained on track. And we're fighting the car right now, trying to feel where the grip is, coming out of the final corner. This is it, moment of truth. Let's see whether this undercut actually worked or not. Down the pit straight, let's see where we're gonna come out in terms of track position. And it appears we've jumped at least 2 people. We're currently P12 right now as opposed to P14. And that is very good news. Now, all we need to do is bring it home and try to maybe go for some overtakes, maybe bring it back a point or 2. But at this point, the chances are very slim, and I'm already up to 9% tire wear, which is absolutely brutal in terms of tire wear. All the guys that just came out of the box have a full lap fresher tires than us, and 9% less. So we need to maintain good pace, catch up to the train, go for moves, but at the same time, manage these tires. Easy peasy. And at this point, the track is only going to get more and more slippery. DRS has already been disabled, and we've already gained a second or second and a half back from Will Gibson because of the fighting in front of us. And it doesn't take long for the Ferrari to dispatch Will. I'm starting to suspect maybe he has sustained some damage to the car. And honestly, I think he might have right here from that move from the Ferrari. And they're still going side by side. I'm going to use this opportunity to close up the gap even more. And they're still fighting, pushing each other nearly off track, side by side through turn 2 as well. This is absolutely mad. They're losing a lot of time to the train, but it's going to allow us to close the gap. And somebody just boxed from staying out an extra lap, and we've gained another position. If we overtake one more car, we are going to be back in the points, which, having started from last, is going to make this run pretty impressive. We'll try his best, but I think at this point, he has sustained some wing damage. Going wide, coming out of Cops. Gonna use this opportunity to close up the gap, maybe? But I decided to back out of it, go for a better exit out of Beckett's, but I run wide, the dirty air catching me off guard. Can we set up a better exit here? Rotating the car, bottoming out on the inside curb, draining the battery. Let's see whether we have a big enough of an advantage over Will. He's flashing. I'm hoping that he's running low, but I'm just not close enough to go for a move into Stowe. And I'm so close now into the traction zone, but the dirty air is absolutely brutal. You just see the car doesn't want to turn. And from that alone, we've lost 3/10. This is what I mean when I say dirty air is so punishing in F125. But I'm gonna keep fighting here. I'm gonna keep trying, fighting the car, wrestling it, trying to get it under control. And again here, coming into Maggots and Beckett's, I'm closing in, but then dirty air is just making it so hard to get back on the power. But we have managed to close up the gap. It is currently a 4/10 gap going into Stowe, burning my battery again, but it's just not close enough. And without DRS, overtaking is going to be very difficult. He goes wide into Stowe, and it's going to allow us to once again get back within that 2/10 gap. All we're doing is subjecting ourselves to the dirty air, and still within that 2/10 gap. And on this corner exit, again, losing so much time, having to lift a lot more compared to the leading car. But this is not over yet. Going into turn 2, I lift early, go for a better exit, and now we are closing on him, using overtake, going down the inside, but not wanting to take him out, leaving him some room. And maybe I could have braked a little later there, but he goes a little defensive. I'm going to try to set up a better exit here, hoping maybe to overtake him into Sector 2, but again, sliding all over the place. The traction is so treacherous in the dirty air and in the wet, especially with the low downforce setup we are running. We've already lost 2 seconds to the Ferrari in front. Will goes very deep here, but again, we were just not close enough for a move. And sitting in the dirty air, coming out of left field, again, we're gonna lose a lot of time compared to him because, yeah, dirty air. It's just so frustrating. And we're on the cusp of being in the points here. So we're gonna keep trying. We still have 10 laps to go, and we still have plenty of opportunities left, especially if Will really does have damage. It means we will have a chance into the closing laps. And again, I'm gonna set up the exit here like last time, hoping that the understeer from his car is gonna catch him off guard. Lifting early, going for a better exit. He goes very wide onto the curb, nearly bottoming out, and we're gonna go down the inside here, leaving room on the outside and swinging it back. We're still leaving room on the inside. He's still there, trying to get power down on the exit. But having to go the longer line means we have to lift. Front tires just not biting. And again, he manages to stay in front. But that exit has left us very vulnerable to the Ferrari in front. I'm gonna go a little defensive, but he pushes down the inside, still giving room. A little contact with the contact model, and he's still there. We're gonna leave room on the exit, going for a more shallow line. Floored on the exit, hoping to stay in front, draining a lot of battery. I was hoping that maybe Will Gibson would give him some dirty air into Cobbs. I'm draining a lot of battery still, but he's not nearly alongside into this corner, and we managed to stay in front for now. Now, we have another problem. The Red Bull, I think he has the freshest tires of the bunch. He's looking very quick. But going through Megas and Beckett's, he sends it down the inside and pushes us wide, causing us to lose that position. And then another one on corner exit. Classic push to pass.
What is this?
Even though in the moment I was pretty angry, we spoke about it after the race and we looked at both onboards. He was carrying a lot more speed through the corners because of the high downforce setup he was running. No hard feelings there, but that is still considered a push to pass and it should have been penalized after the race. But since I wrote the name of the corner instead of the turn number, PSGL head of stewards decided that the report was invalid. I mean, what are we even doing here? I mean, I wrote Beckett's instead of turn 15. I mean, really? What an absolute joke. Where's the human factor in all of this? It's the same thing when Jarno got his win at Silverstone taken away. Usually what happens when a loophole is found, you make a new rule to stop people from doing it, but you don't retroactively take away the result. It's been like that forever in real life motorsports as well. It was like that when the NASCAR guy rolled the wall in order to make the transfer. But at the end of the day, it's their league, so they run it however they see fit. Moving on. And not much has happened up until lap 22, where a car has decided to retire in the pits. And this moves us up to P11. Maybe they've been involved in an incident, but all I know is with that penalty to Kryzix, it should bring us back into the points, right? But alas, it was not the case. And like I said, with the tire disadvantage that we had, the extra tire wear and the combination of a lack of pace in the wet just means, yeah, we will be stuck in P11. What a disappointing run during the second stint. And it is going to be P11 on track.
To be fair, going from P18 to P11 is decent, but there's just no points in that. Nobody remembers who finished last in Formula 1. Everybody's gonna remember who gets crowned the champion. But with the state of the game as it is currently, qualifying is just even more crucial now. And you can be sure I'm gonna double down on my efforts to ensure that we have a good rest of the season. If you enjoyed watching this video, check out my PSGL playlist down below and consider subscribing so you never miss out on another video from me. This is Formula Kai signing off. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.